She returned to the village, desperate for help, and the locals directed her to Jack, a spiritual man known for his wisdom and knowledge of the supernatural. Jack was hesitant to help at first, knowing the danger that lay ahead, but Sarah's tears and insistence eventually convinced him to help. He enlisted the help of his friend, Smith, a wise old man who had knowledge of ancient spells and incantations. As Jack and Smith entered the forest, they could feel the thick and suffocating atmosphere that the witch had created. The trees were twisted and gnarled, and the branches reached out like crooked fingers. The wind howled like a banshee, and the air was heavy with the stench of decay. As they walked deeper into the forest, they could feel the witch's presence growing stronger. Suddenly, they heard a blood-curdling scream, and they knew that they were getting closer to her lair. They approached a clearing, and there, they saw her. The witch was floating in the air, her eyes glowing with a malevolent light. She cackled as she saw them and summoned a horde of demons to attack them. The demons were fierce and relentless, but Jack and Smith were determined to succeed. They fought with all their might, but the witch's magic was too strong. She used her powers to hurl them around the clearing, causing them to crash into trees and rocks. Despite their injuries, Jack and Smith refused to give up. They drew upon their knowledge of ancient rituals and magic, and began chanting and casting spells to dispel the witch's magic. The witch responded by conjuring a massive fireball and hurling it towards them. Jack and Smith braced themselves for the impact, but suddenly, Sarah appeared from the shadows and used a mirror to reflect the fireball back at the witch. The witch screamed in agony as the fireball hit her, and she began to weaken. Jack and Smith used this opportunity to launch a final assault on the witch, striking her with their magical weapons. The witch let out one last ear-piercing scream before she vanished into the ether, her spirit banished forever. Jack and Smith collapsed from exhaustion, their bodies battered and bruised. But they were victorious, and they knew that they had saved Sarah's life and put an end to the witch's reign of terror. They found Sarah's friends, who were seriously injured but alive. They brought them back to the village, where they were cared for by the villagers. From that day on, the cursed forest was off limits to all. But the bravery of Jack, Smith, and Sarah would never be forgotten. They had faced their fears and emerged victorious, and the villagers knew that they owed them their lives.